Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are having a good Thursday or Friday, wherever you may be. Welcome back. This week has been interesting. I'll say this. You can't rush some of the emotions. And I'll tell you all this right now too. I don't really mind. I want to be transparent with you all. So at work, some things happen. And I'll be honest, I was ready to walk out right then and there. I even shook my boss's hand. I said, "We're good. I'm done." And the HR lady that I know, I'm actually really good friends with her. My mom's friends with her. I wrestled with her son. She was able to talk me out of it. And I'm actually I'm staying till the 5th. But we go on our 2-week breaks tomorrow. So tomorrow's a half day for us. However, she talked me out of, not leaving right then and there. Because I'm going to be getting the holiday pay. And I'm like, well, because if I left today, I wouldn't have been getting that holiday pay, which was been Christmas and New Year's. And so I'm like, I'm thinking about it more. It's like, okay, I guess I should stay. And that's what I did. I'm going to be staying till the 5th. 5th will be my last day at that work, and then I'll be going after that, starting my new job. But I realized, did I jump the gun on saying some things? Sure, absolutely. And, but I spoke truth on what I was talking about. Agree to disagree. It is what it is. I'll be cordial. You gotta be a man about that and own up to it. Like I said, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. But you gotta. I had to stick it out. I told him. I told him I'll stick it out. Stick it out. And I was surprised he let me stay. And I mean, hey, I'll take it. But I mean, I was half expecting him to be like, "No, you're good. You can go." I was like, "Cool, adios." Then I wasn't. Either way, I would have been fine. Whether I would have stayed, whether I would have not stayed, it would have not mattered to me in any way. Because at the end of the day, I was still leaving, no matter what. And yeah, so just waiting for. Just going to be leaving a bit longer now. So, other than that, though, pretty good. Glad to be home. Glad to see my family's walking. Glad to be home now to relax, be away from work. Now I can take anything that happened at work, leave it at work. Granted, I just talked about it now, but it is what it is. I'll talk to you all about that. But yeah, other than that, though, I'm happy. Here, chasing my dream. Dropping the short film trailer. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to make. And I'm always gonna get better. Gonna be bringing something new to the table every time I make a video. So yeah, I'm very excited for that video to come out. I'm gonna be working on it this weekend. And like I said, the video won't come out till Monday. So I'm excited for it to come out. I'm gonna be working on it all weekend, and then I'm off for 2 weeks because our warehouse shuts down for 2 weeks. So I've got 2 weeks to do whatever, really. But I think I'm just gonna be spending that time with my family, since that's 2 weeks out of the day that now granted it's unpaid, but 2 weeks out of the 2 weeks to spend time with the family, especially on Christmas and New Year's. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that all day. Granted, I might be working on some stuff, but other than that, majority of the time goes to spending time with my family because life's too short. Life is really too short. So, because I almost got into a car accident, but I won't go into details on that. I'm not gonna about to bring that on to y'all. Just know I'm good. I'm safe. Do would have been in the wrong if you hit me, but hey, we're here. I'm glad to be home. Glad to be safe. Glad to be here. I think they made upstairs for allowing me to be here and for watching out for me and my guardian angel. Shout out to my guardian angel for watching over me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be continuing on with Veronica's affection story. We're on chapter 2. This is probably going to be our stream tonight. Is just doing that because I do know these take a little bit to do. Yeah, and if we end up getting it done and we have time, I think we'll probably check out the go-karts that's been happening. I've seen the go-kart in PGR that they have. I'll have to check that out. So that'll be the plan tonight. Is just to check that out, and we kind of go from there. So all right, I want to get right onto this. I don't want to waste any more time. Let me mute them, pause the music, go from there, here. Oh wait, we're on ideal cage. We need to go to journal, I promise. Veronica's story. I need to do something really quick. Give me one moment, please. So I'm texting, making some moves real quick. Yep. Okay, I'll do this later. But for now, keep it like this. Okay. Alright. I want to get right on to this. I'll mute the music. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on episode 2, Night Rain. Let's get to it. Here we go. Muffled thunder rumbles through the humid air. Oh god, I clicked it too much. And Savannah heaves in the inky waves in the wind. A bolt of lightning splits the darkness. Its white flame igniting the night, and the gentle drizzle turns into a full-blown downpour. The temperature on the savannah is dropping drastically, thanks to a mix of heavy rain and the huge day-night temperature swing. This already fragile lion cub is shaking like a leaf in Veronica's arm, and its body heat leaking fast away. It's clearly something from hypothermia. There's a cliff up ahead. Let's check it out. If they don't find shelter and fast, the heavy rain will put them both at risk of hypothermia, not just the weakened cub, but Veronica herself. Really? With any luck, there'll be a cave under the cliff for us to hold up in. Veronica's icy stare sweeps over the human, making it crystal clear she isn't about to entertain the idea, much less give it her blessing. Sure enough, she just spreads her wings and takes off with the cub, leaving the human to trudge through the downpour with the rain pelting their face. Oh man, Veronica, you are a hard one to crack. Stay calm. Gotta be the bigger person here. As it turns out, the cliff is hiding the perfect cave, a semi-enclosed shelter with plenty of room for 2 people and a cub. The bad news in this weather, the bad news is that in weather like this, there is nothing to work with to make a fire. You give it a shot several times, but there's nothing for it all. While your body temperature bounces back pretty quickly once you're out of the rain, the cub continues to take a nosedive. It's freezing. We need to warm it up, or it could die. You scoop the cub from the ground and hold it close, but with the cub's fur and your clothes both soaking wet, your body heat isn't even making a dent. Stay with me. After a beat, you offer the cub to Veronica. He's on the ropes. We're out of time. The best shot we have for us is to have you hold him and crank up your frame to generate a controlled, gentle warmth. Veronica doesn't say a word or move to take the cub, just stares at you with a cold, blank look.
Oh, no use talking to a brick wall.
You brush aside Veronica's sunny, icy glare, place the cub right in her arms, and start furiously scrolling on your terminal.
Just to be clear, you want to save it, right? Can you hold your temperature, say at 40 degrees Celsius?
40度。
Veronica knits her brow in concentration. After her efforts, the cub's wet chest rises and falls barely an inch, but it's not getting any better.
This needs to be hotter.
Sizzle, a disturbing scent of singed fur fills the air. Damn, she burnt the cub! The unconscious lion cub lets out a pitiful whimper, crying out from the pain even in its sleep.
Stop, stop, stop!
Not daring even to imagine how hot Veronica's body has gotten, you snatch the cub away just in the nick of
这
time.
个温度总对了吧？我看它都干了。
You fucking cooked it!
Dry. It's practically charred. Another 2 hours of this and it would be eating lion jerky.
We be eating lion jerky.
Gosh. A steady 40 degrees would be fine.
什么40度？
An impatient dragon tail thrashes the ground, shattering a few innocent gradient
我
borders.
的职责是战斗和破坏。危及机体时，有几个异常温度警告已经足够，没必要设置这种没用的温控。
The temperature perception, a second nature for humans, is a completely alien concept for mechanical beings.
Here, human body is about 37 degrees. Use me as a yardstick.
You hold out a hand, a silent invitation. In a flash, the dragon tail whips past your face, missing you by a hair's breadth before slamming onto the ground so hard that the rock shatters into dust.
看来你还搞不清楚状况。我厌恶人类。
Okay, well, I'm all ears if you have a better idea, but my internal heat sense is our best shot at getting this temperature right. After all, humans just know when something's hot or cold. You don't need data to figure that out. We're on the same team here, aren't we? We both want to save it.
The little lion cub whimpers, sensing the tense standoff. A lance shoots out from Veronica's hand. Its cold, gleaming metal tip is a barrier in a bridge all at once. With her other hand, she gently cradles the cub.
用这个。
You place your hand on the lance tip, and a wave of heat rushes up through the metal. Cold metal can transfer heat easily once it gets going, but this way is beyond just warm.
Medium well. Suddenly in a mood for a barbecue.
The weight of the lance shaft against your leg suddenly multiplies, a dead giveaway its owner is upset. Veronica, after a promising start, manages to nail the temperature after a few quick adjustments. The lion cub's body heat gradually gets back to normal and it starts to purr up a storm in her arms. Veronica's pupils dilate ever so slightly.
That means it's happy.
The mechanical girl offers no reply, her gaze glued to the cub in her arms. Even the rain-drenched clip seems to warm up a little in this moment.
How about giving it a name?
没有必要。
The warmth drains from her eyes as she looks away from the cub in her arms. She's just a traveler passing through, with no intention of getting attached. The brief moment of tenderness vanishes into the thin air, leaving the human to scratch their head with a resigned look.
Okay, well, since you've got the heating thing now, Pat, mind boiling some water for me.
Another innocent boulder shatters on her as her dragon tail lashes out, sending rock fragments whizzing past the human's face for surgical precision, drawing blood.
Jug bombed. Assessment: 0 sense of humor.
不想活了可以直说。
Quite the opposite, the human is all about that good life. Early to bed, early to rise, the whole 9 yards of a healthy lifestyle. The human finds a spot against the rock wall and drifts off under the night sky. Oh gosh, Veronica. In the crypt's morning, after the light rain, before you wake up, the lion cub scrambles onto your chest, whimpering softly. With no sign of Veronica, you keep the cub busy with an impromptu game of chase the finger until she finally shows up, a rabbit dangling from her hand.
You're not seriously thinking that making it a snack-sized meal will somehow make it chewable, are you? Okay, well let's just smash this then. At least that'll be something it can actually stomach.
Veronica turns the rabbit into a bloody slowly. With a little help from the human's nutrition solution, they somehow manage to get the cub to breakfast.
It can't live on blood, and the solution's not made for it.
附近应该有你的同伴吧？我可以把他们都抓过来。接下来，只要坚持到你们制作出幼龄动物专用的营养液就可以。
What on earth do you think my job is? I'm a soldier.
我没有必要了解人类的常识。如果这个方法不行，我劝你尽快想出其他办法，不然你也没有留下来的必要了。
Oh gosh. No, she said I'll have no reason to be here.
Her murderous glare makes it pretty clear.
I won't have a reason to keep breathing. The solution is a no-brainer. We just need to find it a new mother. Even if we take the food issue off the table, it still needs the guidance of a pride to survive on the savannah.
Rainy season, sunlight spills across the savannah as lioness lazily swish their tails while soaking up the warmth nearby. Cubs huddle in small groups, practicing rubatory hunting skills with their siblings as willing sparring partners.
雄狮出去巡视领地了。
Good. Let's make this a quick in and out this time.
After Veronica's careful recon, the two of them settle on this pride to approach. This wasn't their first try. They already struck out with 2 or 3 other prides in their quest to find a foster mother for the cub.
Weird. Multiple prides in a place before migration season.
Veronica tucks the tiny cub under her arm and impatiently flicks her tail. The restless lioness immediately perk up their ears and start scanning their surroundings with vigilance.
You...
Her clumsy moves put the pride on high alert. The human instinctively leans in to warn Veronica, accidentally bumping her arm. A powerful gust whips past the human's cheek as Veronica's tail finally strikes the boulder they are hiding behind. The boulder sacrifices itself on the spot.
Do you have a stress response to human contact?
再碰，抽断就是你的脖子。
The pride grows restless.
麻烦。
She snatches the unconscious cub and makes a beeline for the pride.
Whoa, hold on!
The lioness's roar draws the angry response from the male lions in the distance. Their approaching growls grow louder, a sign that the pride's guardians are on their way back.
Veronica, what are you doing? Wait, shoving it straight under the lioness bill is way too rough!
No matter what, even someone as formidable as Veronica can't get the widely resisting lioness to accept a cub that isn't hers. Meanwhile, thundering footsteps of male lions are getting dangerously close.
Forget it! Run!
The morning sun paints a pretty picture with a gentle savanna breeze tickling your face. It would have been the perfect vacation spot if you weren't being chased by 3 angry male lions.
I didn't do any of those extra workers just to race lines across the savannah!
Veronica zips past, the lion cub dangling from her hand by the scuff of its neck. She gives a nonchalant glance at you, then shoots up into the air, completely unbothered by your impending...
What?
That's fucking wild. After finally shaking off the pursuing lions, you reunite with Veronica, who is casually wading into a cliff's ledge as if nothing had happened.
这么久，没死。以你的手段，弄死那几只狮子应该不是什么难事吧？
With your skills, seriously wounding the lioness and forcing it to nurse the cub wouldn't have been too hard, right?
Their eyes meet. Despite their mutual annoyance, they find themselves on the same page for once. Neither of them has gone for the easy way out and hurt the pride, even though they both could have done so without breaking a sweat. We get built different. We gotta consume. We gotta know when to use and when not to use our strengths, ladies and gentlemen. That afternoon, you stumble upon a new, smaller pride and a scrawny male lion. His mane is luxurious, but instead of keeping watch over his territory, he's too busy admiring his reflection in a puddle.
这次我直接抢，速战速决。你要是坏事，
Veronica unfurls her wings, ready to take off, but then does a sudden U-turn.
营养液。
What?
She alights gently on an Acacia tree, while the lioness keeps a close eye on her. Rips open 2 packets of nutrient solution that no lion cub can resist. She tosses them into the pride. Sure enough, the cubs fall for it first, slowly creeping closer to lick the solution. Even a couple of the lionesses, though still on their guard, can't help but sniff curiously at the strange substance.
居然真有用。
Seeing that the lions stay worried but aren't about to chase her off, Veronica is happy with her little gambit. She descends gracefully to the ground. Just as she's predicted, her movements catch the attention of the male lion. He is about to turn away from the puddle he's been admiring himself in when his ears suddenly perk up. A sharp snap of fingers get his attention again as the human steps out of the shadows, a holographic projection floating above their open palm. The holographic image shows a clear picture of the male lion's face. The vain lion's eyes go wide. He's never seen such a crisp reflection before. He tilts his head back and forth, checking out the image from every angle, before finally wrinkling his nose and cautiously sniffing out its digital self.
Oh, I can't believe this is actually working.
Veronica watches with a poker face as he keeps the male lion busy, giving a slight nod that seems to say not bad. With the lion temporarily sidetracked, all that's left is for Veronica to wrap up her business quickly so you can get out of here. And then your eyes go wide with shock. Under your disbelieving stare, Veronica's lips curl into a smirk as she starts casually browsing through the increasingly mellowed lioness, carefully picking out a strong-bodied yet graceful surrogate mother. No fucking way! Would someone please explain what happened to the quick in and out?
Oh wait, would someone please explain what happened to the quick in and out we agreed on? Oh, she's totally doing this on purpose.
Finally, the hassled lioness start letting out their irritated growls. Veronica, dead set on finding her a premium surrogate mother, couldn't be bothered. The male lion, completely absorbed in his own magnificence, has zero interest in interfering, and the helpless human for now has absolutely no say in the matter. While it looks like the vain lion is checking himself out from every angle in the holographic projection, in reality, the human is staring blankly at the big cat through the display, those souls having checked out ages ago.
看来你们很合得来。
After dragging out this whole charade with the male lion, Veronica finally decides to make her grand entrance. With the struggling lioness draped over her left shoulder and a yawning cub balanced on her right, she hovers casually in midair.
还玩？走了。
You gotta be kidding me! She knocked out the mother lion.
Stay calm, be the bigger person here.
Reaching out toward Veronica's free hand, you get hit with a scornful laugh as she grabs her own belt instead. By the time the male lion finally catches on and what's happening and raises his paw to pounce, Veronica has already shot skyward.
Of course. Now she doesn't have a delayed reaction.
The lion, making one last ditch effort to do its job, chases after you as shadows on the ground. When its clear, innocent eyes meet you completely dead stare, hanging in midair, it slowly grinds to a halt. What happened? Oh. Down below the cliff, after casually sizing up the situation, the nursing lioness they brought from far away seems to get what they're after. Without putting up much of a fight, she quietly starts feeding the lion cub. Once the lion cub's belly is nice and round, paws stretch outward as it rolls around playfully on the ground. Veronica finally reaches down to scoop it up. Instead, the cub jumps at the chance to wrap its paws around her, nuzzling against her affectionately with its fuzzy little head.
停，
Veronica frowns, pressing her fingertips against the cub's forehead.
去找那个人类，离我远一点。
Veronica leans down, getting ready to haul the cub up again under the watchful, protective gaze of the mother lioness.
Wait.
干什么？
The mechanical girl frowns, her tone ice cold and stiff.
他在狮群中还有其他的孩子要哺育，难道你想他一直留在这？你们人类都这么自私？
Excuse me, if I might just cut in for a second.
You pull out the porcupine meat you just stashed in the Arcadia tree and set it down in front of the mother lioness.
I just want her to have a full belly before she heads back. We humans have this thing called child support.
Oh, that we do. That we do.
显得你们很高尚似的。
Thanks for the compliment. I did put more thought into this than you did.
Fed up with your childish squabbling, the lioness flicks her tail and digs into the meal. Porcupine meat is absolutely delicious, but a real pain in the ass to hunt, rarely making it onto the pride's dinner table. Definitely thoughtful payment for her services as a temporary mom. Seeing its surrogate mother chowing down, the little one doesn't waste any time to get back to its own enthusiastic feast, nursing with happy it slurps.
Well, this is kind of embarrassing.
After the two big cats lick their food clean, Veronica hoists the lioness onto her shoulders, which earns her a volley of disgruntled
我
growls.
送她回去。
You go on, her cubs are waiting for her.
The mechanical girl's cold stare sweeps over the human's grin. No one has ever casually denied a cub its right to be nurtured. For Veronica, who has come from a place of chaos and disorder, this is a rare moment, feeling the gentle comfort that comes from seeing such a natural order of things. The calls of starlings heard on another dawn, as morning sunlight spills across the human's face. Today, however, there's no wake-up call from the lion cub.
Huh?
The human jolts awake and scans his surroundings warily, only to be met with Veronica's look of disdain. She tilts her chin slightly, directing attention forward. The lioness from yesterday is now resting peacefully in the shade, while her cub devours its meal with intense focus. Noticing the human isn't awake, the lioness' eyes light up and her tail wags with delight.
Did you go fetch her this early?
和我无关，她自己找过来的，莫名其妙。
Just from the lioness's calm, confident stare, you can tell already the whole story.
Well, either way, we still have to pay her for her work. I wonder if there are any porcupines left around here. Finding them is gonna be a real pain. Already barely
有什么麻
managed.
烦？我凌晨行事的时候看到好几只。
Veronica spreads her wings and takes to the sky to get her
等
bearings.
着，没用的人类。
As the busy mechanical girl flaps away and vanishes into the distance, you stretch out with a long, easy yawn, meeting the lioness's gaze. You flash a knowing smile, a quiet victory. Veronica comes back with 2 porcupines. After the lioness has had her fill, she tears off the choicest parts to take back to her pride.
总觉得，为什么刚才你不去打猎？
Wow, what a haul! You're a natural. I would have just put a third wheel.
Watching the human's earnest smile, Veronica's eyes narrow dangerously.
还是觉得很奇怪。
With her task complete, the lioness picks up her meat and prepares to leave. The pair watches as the kind-hearted mother's elegant, steady figure gradually disappears into the distance.
我说，
What?
既然他现在已经不抗拒了，为什么不把小崽子直接塞到他的窝里去？
Ooh, yikes.
The human turns in surprise, staring at Miss Justice, who has for once offered a strategic solution. The two of you return to the lioness's pride with arms full of prey, looking for all the world like exasperated parents dropping off their problem children at school. The pride grows restless at the stranger's arrival, with the warning growls rumbling throughout the group. The prominent male lion leaps down from his rocky perch, threatening baring his fangs. A single roar from the lioness brings the whole pride to heel.
Ooh, she won. She's the one who really calls the shots around here.
While the pride will take the food they're given, they draw the line at letting a strange cub into the fold. After getting good shell-shacking from the pride's own cubs, not even getting a single drop of milk, the pathetic little cub snuggles up to your leg. Veronica gives it a reassuring pat on the head, and it rolls over, belly up, right next to her, looking for some more comfort.
不能这样下去。
She stands up so fast, the cub, who just got all cozy, goes tail over to Kittle in a panic. She fixes her gaze on the little lion's big, innocent black eyes.
现在开始特训。我养狮子，
My cub will not be a loser. Oh, man. The training arc for the lion
Is strong with this one.
I even go the hunter. I gotta get water after this. Maybe it's because humans hadn't been around for eons, but the lions aren't too wary of the newcomers. Once they figure out you aren't a threat, with the lioness's queen's silent approval, the two of you and the lion cubs settle in and get along just fine with the pride. Cubs are the most high-energy troublemakers on the savannah, and before long, Veronica's one-on-one sessions turn into a wild free-for-all for other young lions. These fluffy little rulers of the savannah really start to show their true colors. The tacticians pull off sneaky attacks from behind, the aggressive ones come at you from every angle, the social butterflies get everyone into a group assault, and the hopeless one, your own cub, whimpers to make a beeline for you.
Hang on a minute.
Of course, you have to get the dud.
走开！你在这里，他根本不会认真学。是谁说的？被我们抚养脱离族群，他就会丧失野外生存能力。你现在在干什么？要害得他没办法跟上进度，学不会战斗，学不会捕猎，不被任何狮群接纳吗？
Suddenly, you feel a pang of guilt. You sheepishly scratch your nose and take a few steps back under Veronica's steely gaze.
Why do I feel like I fast forward to the joys of helping a kid with her homework?
The moment you move, however, you become fair game. The cubs swarm you like a plague of locusts, a tumbling mass of fur, pushing and shoving as they crowd around your feet.
Whoa, easy now, watch out!
Veronica brows furrow as she steps forward, determined to knock some sense into this rowdy pack of cubs. Meanwhile, you frantically try to dodge the cubs' reckless charges, but find yourself trapped in a living quicksand of fur and paws. With each attempt to step free, you stumble and lose your footing, surrounded on all sides. And so, the chaos pushes the two figures closer and closer together. Flesh meets metal as they collide, and worse than the unexpected pain is the undeniable realization that you've just made physical contact with Veronica again.
Oh boy.
You haven't forgotten Veronica's visual aversion to human contact. Rubbing your sore spot, you cautiously look up to gauge her reaction. Her chin is up, all high and mighty, with that same smug look. Her stare is ice cold, like she is ready to go off into the deep end at a moment's notice.
No, she's not gonna hit me, is she? Oh.
脆弱的碳基生物。
But instead of blowing her top, Veronica just gives you that irritated look you're too used to by now.
Well, excuse me for not being as great as a mechanoid.
不准松懈，给我过来，都过来，一起练习，谁都不能懈怠。
After chewing out the trainees, Veronica turns her heel and stomps off. The argument that seemed like it was about to go in flames just fizzled out into thin air.
Ooh, I dodged a bullet there.
Lounging comfortably in the shade, the distant sound of Veronica's stern words fades into the background.
Perfect for a nap.
At some point, one of the little troublemakers has done a runner and snuck back in. The tiny cub keeps nudging its fluffy head against your hand, dropping a not-so-subtle hint for attention.
Oh, look at you, sneaking back here.
Glancing nervously toward Veronica, the stern instructor shoots daggers at you, a silent order to get the cub back to training. You lift the fuzzy cub, give a little wave to Veronica, then shamelessly plop it right back into your lap and start scratching its fluffy belly fur.
It's fine. We'll have a little play, and Smart won't mess with the training. And you gotta get back soon, your master instructor's waiting, but don't worry, take a break now. I'll personally catch you up later.
Pretty soon, one runaway after another show up until you're surrounded by fuzzy lion cubs, all melting with puddles of fluff from the expert petting technique. As the cubs get bigger and heavier by the day, this vacation-like existence just drifts on. The days and nights all blur together, but before long, several heavy downpours have come and gone. On a peaceful afternoon, the cubs who've played hooky from their last sessions are up to their usual antics, treating you like a jungle gym and getting into all sorts of mischief. The boldest little troublemaker in the house has stacked its claim to the top of the heap, perched on your head like it owns the place. Veronica comes back to the pride after finishing her lesson, carrying one cub who's actually put her nose into the grindstone. The little one is the pride's queen's only surviving daughter from this year's litter. Unlike your other rescues, who are a bit on the fragile side, this one is in robust health, and even though she's just a little thing, she already has her mother's calm demeanor and sharp wits. Who actually puts her Oh, okay.
Hey there. Oh, hey there. Can I give you a pet?
As you reach for the precious cub, the little lioness lets out a loud hiss, puffing up like a fur ball of pure indignation before bolting away with quickness that is something to behold.
Oh, not a fan of being petted, I see. Veronica, how about you give them a little playtime?
Cubs at this age are basically little whirlwinds of energy. Even a drill sergeant would have a tough time keeping up with them.
我已经负责特训了，应付他们玩耍是你的工作。
Veronica backs away, her tail retreating as if in disgust while she taps the ground with a bored look on her face.
Why am I the one stuck on cub duty?
With a gentle nudge to the cub's plump little behind, you steer the cub toward Veronica's tail. The swishing appendage is like a moth to a flame for the little one. Sturdy little paws come out as the cub pounces forward. Veronica shoots a piercing Veronica shoots a piercing glare that could curdle milk, fixing you with an irritated look. She's caught the culprit behind this whole mess red-handed. Veronica's tail, flicking in an instant, hit with the cubs. Like a cat playing with a ball of yarn, she keeps her eyes closed, still as a statue, while her tail sends the little one scrambling across the field with excited yowls. Then, with a casual flick of her wrist, she scoops up the very female cub that had turned her nose. That has turned up her nose at your touch. Right under your nose, Veronica takes her sweet time, methodically grooming the little one from head to tail.
She's really rubbing it in.
After another light shower, the Arcadia trees have noon, soft branches. You wave a few into a green laurel and look over. The cubs, taking a breather from their special training, are chugging their daily nutritional supplements with loud gulps. The vain male lion from the pride comes strutting over too. For the sake of that sweet baby formula, he has learned to butter you up on his own, becoming a fierce warrior on command.
Here.
Under Veronica's questioning gaze, you offer her the freshly woven laurel.
We give laurels to winners. It's for the little ones who keep losing.
既然是优胜者的桂冠，当然要给打赢的那个。都起来了，准备比赛。
Under Veronica's watchful eye, the cubs, now thick as thieves from their shared training, reluctantly tear themselves away from their snacks and throw themselves into the Cub Wrestling Championship. What? With great ceremony, Veronica crowns the winner with a human woven laurel. Sadly, the little one is at the bottom of the pile. The champion is the lioness's queen's daughter. All their roughhousing seems to have created a real bond between the cubs. They're as close as can be. Even the little one is now a sneak in for feeding time. Even the little one can now sneak in for feeding time without getting chased away. The vain male struts over, gives the laurel on the little lioness's head a once-over, then turns a longing gaze toward Veronica. The cold, mechanical look Veronica gave him is a clear no-go. The lion, crestfallen, slumps nearby and begins scarfing down the cub's food, especially prepared meat ground to a pulp.
Oh, emotional eating, are we?
Reaching out, you start stroking the male lion's messy mane, casually waving a rough little braid. The lion's, vain as ever, shakes his massive head with delight, his new braid swinging back and forth with surprising charm. Hey, you gotta be able to do that stuff too. All right? When I have a daughter, I gotta be able to braid her hair like that. So, gotta be able to do it. With a new lease on life, the lion trots his new favorite puddle to admire his reflection. The lioness queen, who is by the water, lazily flicks her tail, saunters over to Veronica, and rolls her eyes at the whole silly display. When Veronica sees the lioness roll her eyes, she is a bit taken aback. She leans in to check if there's something wrong with the lioness's eyes, like maybe the socket is out of whack.
Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with her eyes.
我没有担心。
Fine. You weren't worried and you don't care either.
Veronica's temple flares and she shoots you an irritated look. It's nothing compared to the murderous glare she's given you before. This is just a bit of a tiff.
Come on, admit it. You've already got a soft spot for them.
Veronica doesn't answer, instead looking off into the distance at the frog-liking lion cubs. The mechanical girl and the human are right at home among the pride, as if they've been there all along. The lions have taken the oddball cup as its particular guardians under their wing. Oh shit! Poachers?! Several gunshots break the peaceful quiet of the savannah. The days of calm have lulled them into a false sense of security. The second the gunshots ring out, they dive behind a rocky outcrop, their hands already on their weapon.
What's going on?
Veronica swoops down from above, hovering over an Arcadia tree, her gaze fixed on the direction of the gunfire. Her expression is dead serious.
是人类，人类的枪声。
Veronica's memory data is suddenly flooded with the memory of that skin lioness from the day they found the cub. It's hunting time for the Pride, and the cubs are along for the ride, getting their first taste of the hunt. Luckily, they aren't too far off. Veronica and you exchange a look that says it all and take off like a shot toward the sound of the guns. Halfway there, you run smack into the little one and the lioness's cub. Wearing their little hearts out, you kneel down just in time for the cubs to barrel straight into your arms. The little one's fur is on end, and it's shaking like a leaf, instinctively seeking comfort in a safe harbor.
Looks like something bad did happen.
With her jaws set, Veronica bolts toward the Pride's hunting grounds. The Pride has a whole convoy of wanderers surrounding it. The air is thick with the roar of lions and the crackle of gunfire as the wanderers work together like a well-oiled machine, laying down covering fire for each other. The moment Veronica and you show up, the lioness's queen, who had been holding her own, suddenly goes off the deep end. She lets out an angry roar at two of you through the gunfire, trying to warn you off and get you out of harm's way. In a blink of an eye, a bullet grazes your cheek. The lioness's queen loses it, letting out a ferocious roar and charging up with all of her might at the vehicle that fires the shot. The wanderer's defenses go belly up in an instant, and a hail of bullets fly straight for the lioness.
Hold your horses!
人开枪了，好像有人！别开枪了，小心误伤，有其他人！
The wanderers all hold their fire, taking this chance you give them a once-over and see that their firepower is nothing to write home about. This isn't some fly-by-night crew of young bucks. This squad is a mix of elderly people, women, and kids. They even have wounded folks they're taking care of in their vehicles. They seem like a tight-knit bunch, holding each other up in the apocalypse and watching each other's backs. Ah, shit! Veronica, don't fucking kill them here! Hold on! I get they trying, I get they shooting at us. I do. And they fucking with the Pride. However, you also gotta look at it from their view. They just trying to survive.
抱歉，你没事吧？我叫塞瓦尼，是这个小队的领队。你为什么会在这里？
As she takes a step forward, a lance comes out of nowhere, flies right by the tip of her foot, and sticks deep into the ground.
都已经死到临头，就没有留下名字的必要了。和这个奇怪的人类待久了，差点忘记你们是一群这么恶心的东西。
Shit!
什么？等一下，你要干什么？
Veronica lunges forward, rips the lance out of the ground, and grabs Swan by the throat with her free hand.
Veronica, stop!
The mechanical girl steadily gazes your steely gaze meets yours, cold as ice.
怎么？你要维护他们？
The Pride of the Lions let out a roar of lumbles while the wary wanderers grip their weapons tighter.
果然，还是觉得对面的人类才是你的同胞伙伴吧。即使对狮群再怎么温柔，
Whoa! Hold on! God damn it! Hold your horses!
也只会不分青红皂白的站在人类那边。
You let out a weary sigh.
We're all trying to survive. There is no pecking order here.
没有高低贵贱。如果不是你心里人命贵于狮子，同样都受到伤害，为什么只维护人类？这世界难道只有人类狩猎动物是真理？你们自述武力压制，对吧？
Veronica tightens her grip, and a breathless Swanee claws desperately at the mechanical girl's fingers, grasping for air.
刚好，暴力是我最擅长的事情。
Let her go!
Your blood runs cold under your steely gaze. Veronica lets out a cynical laugh and loosens her grip, as you ask, only to slam Swanee to the ground with a sickening thud.
你果然还是站在人类那边。很好，既然你不愿意守护他们。
Veronica! It's natural to be angry when what you loved is killed. I get it.
Veronica snorts, her eyes harden with the tip of her lance trembles in her hand, ready to strike at a moment's notice.
But they're hunting for food, like how we hunted porcupines. Back then, you weren't spawning up about fairness and the gospel truth, were you?
那时候我们没有选择。
And you think they have a choice now?
等一下，你们误会了什么？怎么可能是我们主动袭击狮群？大家确实需要食物，没错，但我们会去找攻击力较弱的食草动物，比如角马、羚羊之类的。再不济，毒性下花豹也好欺负得多呀。谁会想不开来挑战狮群？又不是活够了。
Okay, then what happened then?
我们也是迫不得已才途经狮子的领地， 可能是干扰了他们的捕猎，才被狮群主动攻击。如果不是为了自卫，我们绝不会开枪。弹药用一颗少一颗，之后还不知道会遇到什么事。
不攻击狮子，那你身上的斗篷是怎么回事？
Sawani is wearing a newly tanned, noticeably rough-looking leather coat.
那是狮皮做的吧？
Facing Veronica's accusation, Sawani's brows furrow, clearly troubled but keeping her cool.
是这样没错，但
从没有袭击过狮群，真是满嘴谎言。
不是的，我们动手的时候，那只母狮本来也活不成了。
这么说，是你们动的手？
至少听我把话说完吧。不久前，我们偶遇了狮群与水牛大战，有一只母狮在战斗中重伤，已经被狮群放弃，它的腹部都被顶穿了，根本没可能活下来。我们才选择提前结束它的生命。既然已经这样了，痛快死掉反而可以少受点折磨吧。那时候还有斑鬣狗跟着它，就算没有我们下手，也不过是换一种更凄惨痛苦的死法。
所以呢，这就是你们对他剥皮取肉的原因。
小姐，我们会饿，夜里会冷，车上还有几岁大的孩子、生病的老人，大家都想活下来。现成的物资放在那儿，再愚蠢的人也不会视而不见吧？
现成的物资，那是一条命，谁给你们的资格，让你们可以为了自己的私欲？
Wow, this is a really wild exchange.
That's enough, Veronica. Nobody here is just taking whatever they want on a whim. There's no shame in trying to survive.
Veronica whips around, shooting you a look that's both furious and disappointing.
Even if you've seen the voice of humanity, judging people you don't even know is just plain wrong.
住口！以为仅凭这几天的一点相处，你就可以得意忘形左右我的思想？
I can't tell what you want to think, and I wouldn't even try.
那就不要阻止我。
I just don't think the Veronica I know would throw all logic out the window just to blow off some steam. And I think you're justice, because you know what's right.
Justice.
Justice, fairness, truth, they're all just ideas, things you can't touch or see. But for you, living by them has always been your North Star. Veronica, you're the one who calls the shot, but if fighting to stay alive is a sin, then you and I, the Lions, every life here, we're all guilty.
The cold lance head presses against your neck again.
闭嘴！
I believe in you, Veronica. We're in this together because we see eye to eye. I know I haven't put my faith in the wrong person.
同伴。
Veronica snorts, glaring at you, who's been her traveling companion for days. Now you've turned your back on her, sliding with the ghost of her past.
我不会是任何人类的同伴。人类加诸给我的伤害和罪恶。
Before her stands a group of humans, united against her, their eyes full of suspicion and disgust. Behind her is nothing but a vast, empty expanse, a place free from human laws, where restless lions roam, their unease unspoken, its history repeating itself. The world never changes, but the savannah stretches on forever, and this isn't the only place to lay her head. The lone dragon rider spreads her wings and takes to the sky, leaving her herd behind. It's only after Veronica's silhouette disappears over the horizon that Sawani wakes up, rubbing the back of her neck.
你还挺厉害的，他那么凶，一枪把你的脖子捅穿了怎么办？
She wouldn't have.
这么相信他？
I knew my armor wouldn't activate in time to shield me.
哦，原来是大佬，真是实力。
You let out a wary smile.
I'm just kidding. There's no way there's no way I could get my armor on that fast. I really do just trust her. I'm Poppin' P, Commandant of the Grey Raven Squad from Babylonia. What brings you out here?
空中花园，难怪。我们的保育区覆灭很久了，幸存者凑了一些物资，从此就在各处流浪。也不是没去过其他保育区，但可能因为我们运气比较差吧。新的家园 也一个一个的消失在灾难中，所以队伍也就越来越大，从1辆车变成3、4辆，直到现在7、8辆车一大家子。
Ah, okay, so they're like the lions in savannah, just kind of moving.
最近才来到这片草原。不过，你为什么会在这里？是空中花园要在这里建立保育区了吗？你们要回收这里了吗？
No, I'm just here on a mission. Don't you worry though. Even if we're not setting up a conservation area here, I can still point you in the right direction.
You pull up a map and show Sawani the route to the nearest conservation area.
You should head there. The kids and elderly in your group need a stable place to call home.
谢谢，不错，至少有新落脚的地方了。可惜。
Sawani breathes a sigh of relief, her smile a little bittersweet.
What's wrong? Is there a problem?
没有，只是有点不舍。其实这里是我祖父祖母生活过的地方，他们曾经是这片生态保护区的研究员。我的名字就是祖父母语里草原的意思。
Oh, I see.
因为从小听着这片草原的故事长大，听了好多有的没的的知识，我才敢带着这么一大群人拼一把，冒险来到这里，看看有没有新的生机。这里比我想象中的更美。待在这里，就好像又和祖父祖母。
You'll get a chance to come back someday.
Sawani shakes her head, a solemn look on her face.
不，这里有些奇怪。动物们的迁徙时间非常诡异，雨季还没过去，但几乎整片草原的动物都在离开。比如你们的狮群，明明只有一只亚成年的雄狮，连狮王都是由母狮担任，却没有成年的流浪雄狮来占据。很有可能就是在原本狮群解员后，便匆匆踏上了迁徙的旅程，因为所有的狮群都忙着逃离，才能暂时安全。
The storm from that rainy night thunders in your ears all over again. You did feel like something was off before. Finding 3 or 4 lion prides in such a small area to elevate the cub went against the grain of natural behavior, even during migration season.
No wonder I had a good feeling something was strange earlier.
But with an earth already beaten to a pulp by the punishing virus, it's a whole other ballgame. How can you even tell if the laws of nature still have a leg to stand on those godforsaken lands? Looking at the lion cub you snatched from the jaws of death on that rainy night, you take out a tracking device and slip it around its neck.
大自然的孩子对危险更加敏锐。这里的宁静，这位指挥官，你们也尽快启程离开吧。
Get out of here. As if I have a place to go.
The Arcadia trees rustle in the wind as a solitary horn blows, a clear sign to get a move on. Once more, the caravan of wanderers hits the road. The lions, for their part, scatter into small groups and go back to their own business. You trail the lioness's queen to one of her pride's usual wildebeest hunting spots, and the second she lets out a soft roar, you feel the hair on your back of your neck prickle up. Someone's watching. High up on the cliff, Veronica stands by herself, keeping a close eye on the human who has barged into this neck of the woods. When she hears your footsteps, Veronica doesn't so much bat an eye.
Thank you.
什么？
Thank you for giving me a moment of your time earlier.
我只是没找到判罪的理由。他们一时无辜，却不会永远无辜。人类是不能被信任的恶劣物种。
I'm also human. The cub could have met a hunter or a healer.
You stand behind Veronica, all your eyes fixed on the savannah where the wild and the serene live side by side. Below you, Pride of Lions hunts like a well-oiled machine. The same lioness who once let you share the shade of the Arcadia tree has now her teeth buried in a wild beast's neck, its blood staining the emerald grass.
Humans are a mixed bag, with a few rotten apples and a whole lot of good ones. You've had a brush with the worst of us, but you must have crossed paths for some decent folks, haven't you? You can't paint all of humanity with the same brush, Veronica.
人类 从来都像无底洞一样不停攫取一切，庞大贪婪到远远超出你们生存所需。即便这支流浪者车队是无辜的，也无法掩盖人类的本质。你们是必须要站在食物链顶端的生物，不容任何挑战与忤逆。我曾从将机械体当作动物，甚至将人类都视为动物的地方走出。他们管那里叫决斗场，但在我看来，其实就是斗兽场。所以，我看得到动物眼里的世界。对于幼师来说，人类就像喜怒无常的神明。那么，眼前到底是仁慈心软的神明，还是蹂躏生命的恶魔？即便动物和人类都生活在这个世界，同样在末日挣扎，在这种生死之际，却还要被人类的标准、人类的意志决定未来。自然间的狩猎不过弱肉强食，生死有命，从没有哪一方的反击天生就被谴责。但人类总有办法站在道德的制高点，在你们的标准里，只有人类永远在笑。为什么动物不能成为和人类站在同样阶梯上的神明？为什么人无法遵守或者认同动物制定的标准？
Oh, wow.
You're not just talking about animals, are you?
我所求的，不过是站在与你们相同的高度，主宰这个世界，制定游戏规则，而不是像动物一样，不过是安保时期的朋友或宠物，危难之际的食物与敌人。人类愿意让渡这样的权利给机械生命吗？我想不会吧，因为我也不愿意给人类这样的机会。
Veronica isn't the only mechanoid you've met. You can't imagine being enemies.
That's a little extreme, Veronica. We don't have to be enemies.
是吗？在非此即彼的绝境中，为了保护我的同胞，我会毫不犹豫牺牲掉人类。不，严格来说，我会牺牲掉一切。那么你呢？同样的境况，你会选择牺牲什么？
I'll do whatever it takes to protect my own kind.
不惜一切代价吗？还好，你没说那些我根本不能相信的空话。所以，我已经想得很清楚了。在不可挽回的那一刻到来时，
Veronica's voice is a punch to the gut.
If I could, I wouldn't want to see you in a world like that.
是吗？你尽管努力吧。可这个世界，
Compared to the sharp edges she had when they first met, Veronica's voice isn't cold anymore, yet her quiet certainty is another kind of wall. She has no hope left for this world. Okay, episode 4. Hold on, what? So I'm gonna go get me a drink of water. I'm gonna go to use the restroom, and then we continue on with this chapter. Pretty good so far, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty interesting. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back soon. Make sure to get some water, use the restroom, and get a snack if you need it.
beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, Pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody day's a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Like,
So take it from me, I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead, picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter.
isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back, I'm focused on what's in front of me. Everybody day's a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Like, isn't it lovely?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am back.
All right. Let us continue on with this chapter. All right, we're on episode 4 now. We are on. There we go. Okay. Oh shit! We'll get the battle. Hell yeah! Let's fucking do it. Flow and win. Let's do it. The Lion Pride continues its migration without skipping a beat, reaching a new resting place after 2 days of travel. The afternoon sun beats down on the earth as you doze against the male lion. Only the cubs still have the energy to pounce around, treating the dragon rider's tail as a worthy opponent for their hunting games. Fed up with her harassment, Veronica gets up to leave, but the persistent little slow learner sticks to her like glue, determined to continue its epic battle with her infuriating tail. Veronica turns around and gives the annoying cub a dangerous look, then suddenly flaps her wings with force. The powerful gust sends the little lion tumbling head over heels. Just then, the tenacious little club shakes it off and makes a beeline for Veronica again, only to get tossed head over heels by another strong gust. By the time you finally wake up to all the ruckus, the cubs are already lined up, chomping at their bit to return for their turn to be flipped over by Veronica's little breeze, squealing with pure delight. The lioness, for their part, wants no part of this whole spectacle. They're just chilling in small groups behind the cubs, soaking up the rare, refreshing wind.
The whole family's here. Wait.
You're just about to ask where the big social male lion has disappeared to when you glance over and find its veiniest creature in the pride soaking right by your side. His mane is an absolute hot mess, sticking out in every direction, and his stylish little braid is completely lost somewhere in the tangled mess. The second the cub realizes you, the waking treat dispense, they're awake. They descend on you like a pack of wolves, rubbing their heads and faces against you from every angle, but demanding all their daily snack. Oh! Oh, shit! Okay! Veronica folds her wings and sits down next to the lioness queen. Though the sun isn't as harsh anymore, she still shields her eyes from the glare with her hand. The sunlight streams through her fingers, spilling onto her purportedly icy face. Right behind her, the two cubs are sprawled across you, play fighting with the little nips and squeaky grunts like the two amateur boxers squaring off.
What is it?
Even though you're currently being used as a jungle gym by the cubs, you still catch Veronica's whispered word. Veronica just gives you that classic look of hers that says she's not having it. She casually tosses another straight line cub into the human arms.
Oh, hey, it's you.
Turns out the cub she just forced it on you is the most watchful and alert of the bunch, so this little lion, who has inherited his mother's royal demeanor, has never let you pet it before, not even once, so you can help it get its little head a hearty rub. Oh! Shit, bro, hey, this is what we strive for. Hey, she's got some fucking crazy walls up, but we eventually gonna break them down. That's what we do. We like to bring people comfort and warmth.
Feels nice, doesn't it? I must be going soft. I can't believe I actually overslept.
A breeze suddenly sweeps across the savannah. It weaves through Veronica's fingers and lifts the little tips of her hair. She tilts her head, a puzzled expression for her face. For the first time, she finds herself content with all this all-too-familiar daily scene. Is this nice? The weather is no different than any other day, so what's making everything feel so pleasant? What on earth could it be? Veronica slowly closes her eyes, focusing only on the feeling of the wind on her bionic skin. What's the difference between this breeze and the gust of air from beating wings? The wind carries the scent of fresh vegetation and the damp earth after a recent rain. She's smelled these before, but somehow it's like she's experiencing their vibrant presence for the first time ever.
Looks like it's going to rain.
Veronica turns to the human who spoke. They share similar facial features and limb structures. And it's not just her. Many mechanical beings have frames remarkably similar to the human form.
原来是这样。
A strange sadness washes over her.
Veronica?
原来这才是你们眼中的世界。我那些被欺骗的机械同胞，也是用这样相似的视角与你们共情的吗？还真是容易被复写的判断标准。
Then, what does the world look like through yours?
The agony of the arena, the griminess of the aerospace city, the relentless torment, and a familiar ache.
与你无关。
Just as you expected, Veronica keeps her cards close to her chest. It's not a letdown.
Do you know what the world was like when humans were at their peak? We were once part of a complex, interwoven tapestry. And within that tapestry, you were woven in too.
Veronica shoots a skeptical glance, raising an eyebrow.
是吗？
Penicillin, super rice. The world always cares for humans.
The Surface Savannah Recovery Project is a real blast from the past, trying to pick up where researchers left off before the Golden Age came to an end. Humanity's golden era of brilliance was full of stories just like this one. During long experiments to find a cure for serious human illness, a formula that was a total bust got tossed to the trash but ended up being a miracle cure for the deadly cat disease. The humble sweet wormwood, which had been sitting in livestock through the ages, was secretly holding the key for curing humanity's oldest fever-causing disease, malaria.
这些好像和机械生命无关吧？
Oh, that was us talking, oops. That web of independence and lucky breaks never included mechanical beings. From the moment they came into the world, they were thrown headfirst into an alien world already ruled by another species.
这些依存与互助，从不包括我们。
You really think so? Did you know that humans call water the source of all life?
Veronica gives you a baffled look.
As the original creator of life on Earth, water is seen as a foundation for everything. It's in everything, nourishing all living things on this planet. Way back when, maybe on a day like today, a human saw a kettle lid rattling from the steam. Water droplets dancing with flame, the searching eyes of humanity. Within the billows stream upon history's golden thread, a butterfly floats gently down. With a gentle flutter of its wings, a new era began. Thus, the steam engine, the machines, then your kind. A miraculous new kind of life.
难道你想说，因为被人类创造，因为机械生命的起源也被水滋养？
Her rising anger is a tidal wave, but it meets a gaze so calm, so earnest, it completely washes over her. The bad blood isn't the only thing we shouldn't turn a blind eye to.
The things under microscopes, the calculations humming inside computers, the sound of tractors working the fields, the rumbling trains crossing the contents, the metal space station sailing through the heavens. Before mechanoids even truly came to life, humans and machines had already moved mountains together. So no, Veronica. What I'm trying to say is connection.
连
She repeats the sneer gone from her. She repeats the sneer gone from her face.
这有什么用？又能改变什么？
The human simply smiles, running a hand gently through the grass.
According to research here, every step we take is on top of hundreds of miles of myrical networks.
菌丝网络，
What a network, huh? It's really something else. Through it, plants warn others about pests. A dead wood sends its nutrients to distant neighbors. In dry seasons, moisture is passed from trees to sprouts.
Veronica blinks slowly. The human words are starting to sink in, but she still feels like she's looking at the world through a fog. Behind them, a tiny cub nuzzles into the lion's queen's embrace, while unrelated cubs snuggle together in a tight, cozy clump. The male with the wild mane lied stretched out lazily next to the human, as if the one who had once pointed guns at them isn't even the same species. That day, yes, humans raised guns against the pride, but there was also the humans the lioness laid down her life to protect, and Veronica, without even realizing it, is among them. Out on the wide open plain, she can almost feel the gentle presence reaching out, trying to pull her in. But she knows there's more to the story.
Of course, these fungi that make the networks have been a real pain for humans too.
只是你们觉得麻烦罢了。他们可能只是很正常的在生存。
The human can't help but let out a laugh, nodding in full agreement with the mechanical girl's blunt take.
Back then, nobody could have seen it coming. The incredible surprises that were in store for us.
既然你这么说，人类应该已经收到了这份惊喜。
Inspired by fungi, humans developed immunosuppressants, which laid the groundwork for organ transplant, cybernetic enhancements, and
even to a certain extent, the very beginning of construct tech. Those insights still help us fight. Say, the punishing virus. Time marches on, and there's no telling which quiet, unassuming sapling will be the one to dig its roots and save a crumbling levee. A true last-ditch effort for survival. The world was never so black and white. A closed system that could only handle extremes. It's not just a matter of weighing the good against the bad. It's a reality we have to face. We've always been a part of a complex, ever-changing web. You can never tell what vast, intricate connections are hiding behind each seemingly isolated point. Veronica, who could have ever guessed? Beyond the unknown, everything is tightly woven together.
可这能说明什么？
The mechanical girl keeps her head down, digging in her heels and refusing to let that faint torchlight cut through the many layers obscuring her mind. But even with your eyes closed, retreating into darkness, you can't help but feel the warmth when you're close to the light. Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
Veronica, this is a world that's already been torn to shreds. That invisible connection is what's holding us together.
Veronica cast her eyes downward, a look of sadness washing over her face. She's been proof of this force everywhere, but she's never managed to hold on to that kind of warmth for long.
We were never meant to be alone, but to be part of a whole, a thread in the tapestry of this world.
Come on now! A breeze dances through the rushes of scrubs, skips across the water, tickles the nose of a leopard, ruffles a lion's mane, and finally becomes this gentle touch in Veronica's hair before chasing the unknown horizon.
Veronica, this world is vast and beautiful, with everything tied together. If there were only one species to experience it all, that would be terribly lonely, wouldn't it?
Something in her, something that has been built up and fortified for so long, begins to crack.
说到底，不过是你们人类试图奴役和控制一切的借口罢了。
Hard to argue with that. But there's more to it than just that, don't you think? For example, do you know what kind of tech your visual modules use?
我怎么知道？多功能传感器之类的吧？
Multifunctional sensors, yes. It was the research into this technology that let humans touch the mysteries of the spectrum beyond the limits of natural vision. What about your combat armor?
Veronica's lips are sealed. She sees right through the human's game. But the human doesn't need her to say a word.
Your battle gear is practically bulletproof, built to handle the nastiest conditions out there. This incredible toughness comes from humanity's need to push boundaries, to hunt for answers buried in the dead of winter or deep in a volcano's molten core. Your sharp instincts can pick up on a wind speed and direction changes better than any human. That's because, through endless days and nights, humanity's never stopped talking with nature. With rain and storms, mountains and rivers until we crack all their codes. Every single one of these functions you take for granted as humanity's priceless curiosity baked right into it.
需要我谢谢人类吗？像谢谢造物主一样？
The human just gently shakes their head.
No. But you only ever use these senses to fight. The wind, the field. They were intended for this scenery.
最滥用它，明明是你们人类吧？为了控制，为了欲望。
Machines are only made by humans to control, but to also connect with the world. The longer we stick around, the more we feel lonely.
孤独。
That's a feeling a mechanical life has never wrapped its head around.
Yeah. Lonely. It's a desperate ache for a companion who really gets you. Humans have spent ages poring over animals, digging into plants, and wondering if there is anyone out there in the cosmos we could talk to. We even had a wild thought. What if machines could have their own minds and feelings?
When you look at the emerald leaves of acacia trees dancing in the wind, or a couple of lion cubs tumbling over each other, you see a world full of creatures living together. But only she and the human standing there are so much alike. Why did humans take their hopes and dreams to put a human face on them?
为什么偏偏是人的样子？
The humans who gave you a human likeness might have had a big head about it, but they were also just plainly lonely. For the longest time, we've been dying for another species just like us. One that could see through the world, through our eyes. Think about all the ghosts and ghouls in the old stories. The talking animals and furniture in fairy tales. Even the sun and moon with their almost human faces.
Wow. Crazy.
Long before mechanoids came along, humans were already inventing buddies to keep the emptiness at bay. Until something real finally showed up.
但是我们出现了，你们却觉得害怕、恐惧、厌恶，这不就是你们人类说的虚伪？
Yes, Veronica. It's just human nature to mess up sometimes. And we don't always get what makes us tick.
也没有谁能永远做对的事。
A flood of painful memories washes over Veronica, and for once she finds herself nodding along with the human.
Look, some things are just bound to go south. But that's what we've always been up against. We've built up order and institutions to push back against the chaos. We've developed morality and reason to fight off the greed and short-sightedness of our own hearts. Even when everything seems to be falling apart, we're always building something new. You've got a much clearer read on things than we ever could. Just take a look around before you make up your mind about our world. Or us.
Yo! This is such a good chapter.
Maybe you can become the ideal we've always reached for. We've looked for that ideal in our gods, our saints, and among the stars. Now, we're looking at it for you. A new kind of life we've made with our own hands. We don't have to be enemies. We could be kindred spirits.
Yo. I think we finally broke them walls down. About damn time, but we did it. Veronica doesn't say a word, her eyes fixed on the horizon. But even in her silence, you can feel the storm brewing inside her.
我不知道，
Huh?
我不想了解这个世界。你们的世界，到目前为止我并不喜欢，也从没有感受过被联系的感觉。
The human scoops down, scooping up the tiny creature next to them and holding it close to Veronica's face.
Why not give it another shot? Why don't you give them names? That's where it all belongs. That's where it all begins. After all.
The cub's dewy eyes meet the mechanical girl's unblinking, inorganic gaze.
Let's start with this one. What do you want to call it?
不知道，
Okay. How about this? What do you hope for? What's your wish for its future?
活下去就好，在这片草原活下去。
How about Icarus? It's got the same roots of the name of the savannah.
Veronica stays silent, but the lioness lying on the ground stretches out with a graceful elegance and lets out a roar as if she's in total agreement.
What about her then? Our hero mother?
Veronica usually prefers just chilling with the lioness over these little troublemakers.
他是一个合格的守护者，必有着自己的族群。
Just like what you've been doing. Your name means victory and strength. So, she'll be wisdom and majesty. How about Hermione?
Hermione. Is it Hermione? I think that's how you say it. Hold on, we're going to look. Hermione. Interesting.
How about Hermione? It sounds like a name fit for a queen.
Veronica doesn't object, simply picking up the cub nestled beside her. This is Hermione's only daughter to survive the breeding season, and clever and brave to a fault. The little fluffy creature, who only gets petted because Veronica has intentionally let her guard down, lets out a tiny roar in her hands.
他会成为这片草原最强大的战斗者。
Give me a
给我一个
name.
这样的名字，
Maltide.
Wait, Matald? Is that how you say it? Hold on, how do you say that one?
PronounceNames.com.
Don't care. Go. Matilda.
Matilda.
马蒂特。
Just then, the pride's only adolescent male flops down beside the human, struggling his stuff and showing off his mane.
Would you like to name this one too?
他就叫臭美小辫儿。
Fancy mane. Before anyone can object, Veronica has already turned and walked away, leaving no room for argument.
Well, didn't you want to feel connected? Are you sure you want that connection to be a thing with a name like Fancy Mane? Hey, you can't just stand the little braids I did for him, can you?
Even Veronica's retreating silhouette screams in total indifference.
Veronica, where are you going?
巡视，
You throw caution to the wind, getting up to follow her.
他已经适应的差不多了。等确定这条迁徙路线不会有其他危险，我会离开这里。
Oh shit, alright, well, it looks like we're gonna be going on a mission with her now.
跟着我干什么？
You're not the only one who needs some peace and quiet. Sometimes I need to get away from those little ones too.
Oh, I can go this way? Oh shit, we're gonna explore. Hold on now. We're gonna explore. Alright, let's go up there. I like this! Pretty fucking good. Perhaps she's just begun seeing the world from a new perspective. Veronica walks slowly and carefully. She's curious about everything around her, but her patrol duty keeps her from stopping to look. Want to lie down and soak up some sun. High affection. Ooh, sure.
Such good weather. It would be a shame to waste it. I don't know much about mechanical life, but solar power should be the most convenient energy source for you. A little sunlight works as a recharge too. Sunbathing like afternoon tea, isn't it? Think of it as sun giving you a free meal
既然你
today.
想休息，我可以配合。
Veronica stands off to the side, looking stiff.
Relax. The way you're sitting looks like you just crashed.
让你从生物学上宕机是件很简单的事。你一直话这么多吗？
Do you ever stop talking? Ah, shit! Okay, here we go.
Your silence is...
Hold on. Hold on now, ladies and gentlemen. We can't fuck this one up.
Your silence is comforting. Maybe your silence makes it easier for you to speak to others.
联系吗？
Without question.
The mechanical life form frowns and looks away. Oh, damn it! I fucked up. Hold on, we gotta go back. Wait,
这些草的颜色
wait.
What's wrong?
很奇怪，和刚才不一样。
Hold on, I might have fucked up.
根据记忆模块的数据统计，当然有不对的地方。
Hold on. I
和
think I
刚才说
fucked
话
up.
那时相比，
We're just gonna skip
不
through
知道
most
你
of
们的
this.
常规装置对，怎么了？
Hold on.
既然我一直都是一个人，何况只是探查的话， 带上你太碍事
Hold
了。
on.
我们需要尽快确定原因，
Hold on.
不是吗？
Hold on. If I pass, then we gotta go back.
那么这群狮子就是我的
Doesn't
责
matter.
任。好吧，也包括你。仅限这段时间。
Fuck! I did. God damn it! I fucking damn it! Okay, well it's fine. We're gonna go back anyways. All right, go 4. We're gonna skip. I thought I fucked up. I thought I fucked up on what we were doing here, but that's fine. Hey, we gotta get it right. We're gonna get it back. We're gonna run it back.
跟着我干什么？
Talk. Here we go. Okay. High affection. Boom. High affection. Boom.
既然你想休息，我可以配合。让你一直话这么多。
Okay, here we go.
这也是联系吗？
What do you think?
Mechanical life form frowns and looks away. Okay.
What is it this time?
I thought I fucked up. We're good. All right, I'm gonna continue on.
这些草的颜色
What's wrong?
很奇怪，和刚才不一样。
Let me execute the scan. Everything looks normal. Rainfall and sunlight vary between regions, so changes in the grass, color, or normal. Wait. Normally, plants reflect the environment around them, but this grassland is really normal. Oh, is this grassland really normal? Could the color changes Veronica mentioned be a sign of something else? The Wanderer's warning still echoes vividly.
Oh, the Wanderers echo still vividly. Strange animal migrations, shifting grass, piercing red insect cries. They all sound like ominous omens at this moment. Insects.
Come to think of it, Veronica, when we first met, were the insects here this loud?
Data from the memory model steam through Veronica's mind. Annoyance insect buzz across her vision. Their tiny wings manifest through 100 monofolds to make a guide, but the red faint legs look at what they would beat.
根据记忆模块的数据统计，最近几天的虫鸣声分贝确实在逐渐上涨。
Could it be an infestation? A healthy ecosystem keeps pests in check. Something's definitely wrong here.
当然有不对的地方，和刚才说话那时相比，草地的颜色又变得不一样了。
The changes Veronica mentioned can't be seen by the human eye or basic tools.
Veronica, please record the grass color data.
Like a clumsy painter's strokes, the green stalks are stained with brown decay, but instead of fading, the colors grow sharper, shifting from green to dark reds, fitting like an invasion. Veronica has no doubt that soon this grassland, still green to the eye, will be swallowed by vivid crimson.
不知道你们的常规装置怎么分辨，反正在我的视觉传感器下，这些草的颜色红红绿绿的，看起来并不像正常生长。
Red.
对，怎么了？
Everything in this world is connected. Veronica, this is the nature's warning. It's a cry for help. From what we've seen so far, this could be the red tide. We need to scout further to confirm.
既然如此，你在这里等我，
You're
我去
going
更远处
alone?
巡视一下。
No, that's too dangerous. Do you always fight solo like this?
我一直都是一个人，不需要什么帮助陪伴，
All right, here we go. Second skill check.
只是探查的话，带上你太碍事了。我们需要尽快确定原因，不是吗？
This may not be the right time to say it, but seeing how much you care about this really does make me happy.
既然给了他们名字，那么这群狮子就是我的责任。好吧，也包括你。仅限这段时间。
Okay, can't fuck this one up.
Really? I'm honored. It's an honor to be your responsibility.
走了。
Second skill check to completo.
Go on. Keep your comms open.
The shadow of the dragon's wings sweeps across the grasslands and stops over the strange ground. Crimson streams, like a spreading web, are slowly encircling the plane.
Veronica, everything all right?
我
Oh, yep, that's Crimson Tide. And we got a fight too. That's wild.
You're not worthy. 安静！我不是那群没办法照顾自己的幼师，不用大惊小怪。
Veronica, you're back on the channel. Why did the comms cut?
为什么要计较通讯这种事情？情报我马上就会带回去。
It's not just about intel. I worry about you too. For now, I'm your responsibility and you're mine.
知道了，我马上回去。
Mission accomplished!
这里很
Woo!
危险，你注意安全。
Oh! Character development at its finest. The hard sunlight tilts westward, its scorching grip starting to loosen. The sizzling heat blends into the air, turning into an almost impeccable tension. Veronica is back in a flash, zipping down at top speed before she comes to a halt in the midair.
我们必须马上带他们离开。
What did you find in there?
血红潮，四面八方，几乎包围了大半草原。
Even this safe haven isn't secure anymore. Every last bit of moisture seems to have been sucked out from the air. The dry, scratchy feeling in your throat. Is it a heads up from this? Is it a heads up from this brutal environment, or just your nerves getting to you physically?
赫明涅，
When Veronica gets back to the lion's pride temporary resting place, she calls out to the lioness's name, but the scene that meets her eyes is even worse than they imagine. The once lush green savanna has become a sticky mess of rotting stems and mud. Jagged fragments of stone, scarred from some unbelievable violence, stick out like the ground like the earth's exposed bones next to the broken veins of soil. Those broken vines are the remains of acacia trees, the very same trees that used to give them a bit of shade from the scorching sun.
Icarus!
Oh god, Matade? No, not fucking Matade. Fuck! Malatide!
Malatide!
Then Savannah is silent as a tomb. Even the birdsong has been swallowed by fear. The only thing left is an eerie low moan.
That moaning sound. Hyenas?
Just like the night they first crossed paths, a murderous look fills Veronica's usually cold, stern eyes. She's instantly transported back to their first encounter with these scavengers. As if history is repeating itself, she remembers pushing aside the tangled grass with her lance and seeing several hyenas gorging themselves on a male lion's carcass. But she doesn't have to chase them away this time. The moment Veronica approaches, her murderous aura is enough to send the hyenas scattering with their tails between their legs. Lying in the mud is a male lion, mauled beyond recognition. Veronica stares at it with a blank expression for a long moment before finally turning her gaze to the human beside her. No, don't tell me it was no! Don't tell me it was Fancy Mane! She doesn't want to get a closer look, but she knows she has to. Meeting the human's eyes, finding both concern and reassurance there, she slowly crouches down and reaches for the lion's mane. A strain of mane, seemingly specially braided, falls under her palm. God damn it! Fuck! In that moment, her normally unwavering mechanical heart skips a beat. She freezes, refusing to look down and confirm what she already knows in her gut.
What's wrong?
Watching Veronica's eyes flutter, you rush to her side. Your own heart sinks as you see her shoulders slumped. You know all too well what a bad omen feels like. When a clump of mud-caked fall falls into her hand, you can't help but feel a wave of relief. Even as a pang of guilt shoots through you, it's just a bit of mane matted with mud. It's not the small braid you tied yourself. You breathe a sigh of relief, a weight off your chest. But it's still a life taken away. It may not be Fancy Mane, but it's still a life taken away.
But why is there a strange lion here?
With a sinking feeling, you realize you're in over your head. You pull up a map on your terminal trying to pinpoint Empress's location.
Veronica, would you mind getting a bird's eye view for me? Veronica?
Silence hangs in the air. Veronica doesn't budge.
Veronica, what's wrong?
Following Veronica's gaze, you spot a lion cub crawling into view. No fucking way! The cub drags its broken body, its lower half a bloody, matted mess that resembles a tattered blanket soaked in a metallic stench of blood. Wow, god damn! A long trail of blood marks its path as it inches forward. Veronica.
那是什么？
Veronica recoils instinctively, her foot sinking into the black mud as her heart sinks into a similar mare of despair. That wasn't a blanket, it was the lower half of its body.
Martide. Amatade.
There is no need for a closer look, you know her in an instant. This is Matade, the sole survivor of Hideme's litter. Matade, who's always so sharp and quick. You've seen more than your fair of tragedy, yet your heart still bleeds at the sight.
It's okay, little one. Don't be scared anymore. We're back.
You carefully lay the cub down, pulling adrenaline and antibiotics from your first aid kit and slowly injecting them into Matade's body. Clever Matade, who would not let anyone get a hand on her fuzzy face, now lays her head. Her laser. Oh, God! Fuck! Clever Matade, who would never let anyone get a hand on her fuzzy face, now lays her small head quietly in your palm, letting out a deep, almost human-like sigh. As if all of life's energy has been drained away, the cub goes limp in your arms.
Rest now. Matode.
The mechanical girl stands frozen like a common device that has crashed.
那么小的身体里，怎么会有这样多的血液？
She stares blankly at Matade's broken body. For the most part, her life is a cold, calculated machine, but this creature, this is something she personally brought up. A strained soft spot in a life full of battle, bloodshed, and rage. That little cub, which was once curled up in her arms, has now become the most familiar sight in her world. Broken, devastated, and tragic.
好奇怪，为什么会这么陌生？
She's seen far worse things in her time, so why does this one feel so alien, yet hits so close to home? Her neural algorithms are working overtime, frantically trying to make sense of the questions swirling inside her metallic body. She can't grasp what she's seeing or feeling, but her mechanical instincts are dudilified, trying to find a logical explanation for it all. The logical part, however, is finding Veronica with dread. The harder she tries to put the pieces together, the more she feels some irresistible force trying to unravel her sanity.
这是什么？
She looks at you with a gaze that's both mechanical and helpless, racked with a pain she doesn't even understand. It has never been clearer that Veronica is just a being like you, a very different kind of life capable of experiencing the world. She has a sentient being with real emotions. The idea has always been an abstract concept, but it's now a cold, hard fact. Sadness, not the first time you've seen that kind of emotion in a mechanical being, but you never thought you'd see it in Veronica. Whether by cruel twist of fate or a stroke of luck, in this moment, destiny has revealed the existence of love to her through the vial of pain and fear. The ghosts of her past come roaring back, threatening to pull her under. Veronica fights to shake off the feeling of helplessness and gets her feet moving, but the black, sticky mud underfoot hits her like a ton of bricks. It's an oily, muddy substance, a smell that all mechanical beings know like the back of their hand.
这是人类载具使用的燃油。人类。
Uh-oh.
是一群流浪者。
Veronica declares calmly, a cold certainty in her voice. She gets a handle on herself and strides over to you, giving Matade's body a quick but thorough once-over. It doesn't take her long to fight what she's looking for. A gunshot wound on the cub's mangled head and leg. No fucking way!
孤独，连接的力量。我居然真的
Memories of the arena in Aerospace City flashed through her mind.
居然真的想要相信这些狗屁！这个世界只由一个物种独享的话，大概会是很孤独，但也一定痛快得多。
She holds her lance out in front of her like a line in the sand.
这就是你一定要从我手中救下的生命，只会带来破坏和毁灭的生命。这就是你说的不能以偏概全的人类。是的，不能以偏概全。
Oh, wait, hold on.
可惜，你才是那个偏，而这些人都该死。
Oh boy. She about to go on a fucking rampage. Here we go, episode 5, Blue Bolt. A baby elephant chained up from birth in a circus. Even after they've grown strong enough to do anything, and they won't actively break free from what holds them back. This fable of the Golden Age, exposing the brutal reality of psychological conditioning. Scattered rocks, broken stems, a barren wasteland, and a dead tree collapsed in mud. A hot wind blows through, carrying the unmistakable scent of blood, hinting of more death on the horizon.
我去找那群人算账。
Unable to contain her fury any longer, Veronica turns and spreads her wings.
Wait. Veronica, humans aren't the only ones who have been here.
The ravaged landscape barely shows any human tire tracks. There are too many things that don't add up to believe humans were the one who did this.
The Wanderers couldn't have destroyed this place so quickly. It probably wasn't humans.
不是人类？难道马蒂德的枪伤是他自己造成的吗？
Matari's spine has clear trampling injuries, which were much more consistent with a large animal attack. We can't rule that out.
够了！
Oh, we can't tell if the gunshot came.
事到如今，你还要继续偏袒人类吗？
There are still too many holes in this story. Right now, getting revenge should not be on top of our list. Veronica, we need to find those missing lions as soon as we can. The savannah is becoming very dangerous.
不用再假惺惺了，我明白那些人才是你的同类。你讲这些废话，无非是要救下他们。从来就只有你们和我，没有过我们人类。
The same old wounds drive invisible chains deep into the soul. These chains, known as prejudice, make us run from the facts, choosing instead the cozy comfort of what we already believe, just to scratch an emotional itch. Prejudice, after all, is just us teeming in our own minds.
Leaping to conclusions can have irreparable consequences. I get where you're coming from, I do, but finding the truth means we have to keep our heads and play the long game.
真相？怎么？又是什么苦衷与不得已的陈旧借口吗？即便忍耐，也无非是再给他们一次伤害我的机会。多余的仁慈，只会带来本可避免的灾难。作为正。
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, something's happening here. There we go, we're back. Don't know what was happening there. Okay, alright, we're good. I don't know what the hell is happening there, but we're good now. Alright, here we go.
都杀掉，就不会再作恶了。
Veronica's face is a stone mask, her voice steady and controlled, with the telltale signs of her frayed nerves. The bloodshot eyes and her slight tremor in her voice are a dead giveaway, revealing the cracks in her tough exterior.
That's exactly why they died! Your confirmation bias keeps you from seeing the truth.
The icy look on Veronica's eyes hardens as she lifts her lance slightly. A glint of silver light flashes across the blade, making the human flinch.
Look, you can't see the forest for the trees. That's why you don't get what 39 wants or realize that Schultz pulling your friends. Nor, I don't know what that part said. Nor did you think about the consequences of bombing us.
Your disappointment comes from a place of caring and hope. Your anxiety is eating you alive because you can't bear to watch her lose her way again.
You're letting your bias run on autopilot. Schultz was playing you like a fiddle. Even after all this time, it's like you're back at square one.
In a flash, Veronica has the tip of her lance at your throat. But the look of disappointment in your eyes is 1,000 times worse than any accusation.
不要这样看我，是不是以为我真的不会杀你？
If anything, I would be more than let down. But I never once thought you wouldn't. And I've never been scared. I trust you. Justice isn't wrath. It should bring about positive changes. If you let hatred get the better of you, you'll just become a thug lashing out under the guise of justice. Acting on your emotions and giving you the predators will only make a bad situation even worse. You have it in you, Veronica. You can be the one to embody what true justice really is.
那是你们的道德体系，我的正义是属于机械生命的正义，是让我内心平静的正义，从不在人类的评价体系之中。你的想法对我来说根本不重要。
As she says this, her eyelashes gives a slight flutter before she closes her eyes. When they open again, Veronica has snapped back into her familiar cold persona, the indifferent, severe, and solitary dragon rider.
所以我奉劝你，别把我想成什么更好的人类，更纯洁的人类，更别指望我会成为什么更美好的存在。不要附加什么高尚的道德、自苦的忍耐给我，收起你救世主一样的傲慢和同情。 好好看看我，看看这群野兽。
She brings herself just inches from the human's face, her cold, razor-sharp gaze practically boring a hole through them.
正是我们拥有丝毫不逊色你们的野心与欲望。我们要生存，要壮大，若有必要，也会侵略、杀戮、踏平一切。我们不是什么更高尚、更有道德的。 你幻想中的纯洁天使，只是另一个需要生存的种族。
What flashes before Veronica's eyes isn't the lion's pride of Icarus Savannah anymore. It's all pent-up anger from her journey from that arena to Aerospace City.
只能将生存的唯一希望寄托于另一个物种的仁慈理性。这种家伙。 无法自立的物种，唯一能领受的，只有毁灭。
Every species has the right to fight for survival, but that doesn't mean you can condone humanity.
求生之路不就是你死我活？我们是与人类别无二致的种族，需要在这世界上杀出一条血路。 杀出一条血路，真是很人类的说法。说真的，你们是很好的老师。
She turns away, walking into the desolate, blood-scented air before unfurling her wings and taking to the sky, soaring toward the grim horizon.
果然，我们更适合做敌人。
The wind whips by, carrying whispers as sharp as ice blades. Icarus Ruins Recovery Mission Update. The red tide's affected area has expanded abnormally. To ensure personal safety, headquarters will be sending reinforcements shortly. All ground personnel gather immediately to prepare to head back to Babylonia.
辉亚指挥官，埃碧罗斯草原出现红潮异动，我们必须尽快返航了。您现在在什么地方？如果需要支援与帮助，请在听到留言后联系我。
I like how like that group was still there and we were just gone doing whatever and they were like, ah, he's probably doing something.
I could get to the Wanderers first and stop Veronica report back now.
But deep down, you have a good feeling that Veronica, the mechanical woman you have come to know these past few days, wouldn't make a choice like that.
Besides, that would put Babylonia and Veronica at loggerheads. Given her temper, she might push the human-mechanoid conflict to the point of no return.
A blaring horn cuts through the thick air as she headlights from a vehicle behind you light up the path.
指挥官！
Oh! Sawani, the leader of the Wanderer convoy, leans out of the window, waving frantically.
What are you doing out here? Where's everyone else?
让他们先走了，现在可能都快开出危险区了吧？我们是特地回来找你的，指挥官，这片草原现在很危险。
I know. The red tide is kicking up. You need to get out of here too.
不解释这个，是迁徙的动物们，红潮让兽群暴动了。
Ooh.
What is it?
迁徙的动物全部被兽潮冲散，受到惊吓的、应激的又被兽群裹挟，像滚雪球一样越来越庞大，就连狮群、象群都无法幸免，尤其是水牛群，几乎已经全疯了。啊，那个家伙呢？
Gee.
You've explained to Sawani why Veronica left.
我倒是一点都不惊讶。其实这就是我们回来的原因，为了避开红潮范围，我们的车队绕路后也经过了这里。那些燃油的痕迹，大概确实是我们留下的。
What on earth happened?
是水牛群，虽然避开了红潮，但我们正好与暴动的兽群迎面撞上。就在这儿，我们和你的狮群都直面了兽潮的疯狂。
Oh.
逃亡的动物，暴动的兽潮，场面太混乱了。我们甚至都没来得及统计伤亡人数。
Damn!
有几头水牛几乎要把车都掀翻，更不用提那些狮子。好几只狮子都遭受了严重的冲撞和踩踏。为了击毙那些水牛，中途我们确实开过枪，这是没办法的事。在那种情况下，大家都只为求生。也许误伤了这孩子，但也许那时候他已经动不了了。
Sawani Sawani gently strokes Matari's head.
It's also possible your shooting is what crippled her to the first place, leaving her a sitting duck for the stampede.
我无法确认，也无法否认。如果你需要罪魁祸首，我也不介意道歉。但我觉得，
Why did you come back?
我们认出来了，这是你的狮群，猜测你可能就在附近。你没办法放下同胞，我也一样。不过，说全然是因为担心你们，也并不准确。我只是不甘心，一切就这样结束。不管是你，还是这片草原。
Every creature's action sends ripples through the web of life. We're all in this together.
Sawani, I need you to lend me a hand.
The girl is giving a questioning look as the roll rumble of thunder rolls in. The final big downpour of the rainy season is on its way. Rain comes down in buckets, driven by a howling wind. Sawani leads against the vehicle window, looking concerned at the people inside. She's giving a wanderer convoy vehicle to the commandant from Babylonia, who's off on a wild goose chase to find that strange mechanical girl. Well,
你真的
yeah.
要去找他，会不会太冒险了？不管是红潮还是异合生物都很危险，更何况还有不受控的暴动兽群。他那么强大，应该可以照顾好自己。
She's tough, but muscle and mayhem cannot fix everything.
You can put a
bandage on a flesh wound, but the scars she's carrying under all that armor won't heal if you just pretend they're not there. She's been through so much, and now she's turned to that pain into a deep hatred for those creatures. The thing is, because she can't see past that pain, she's starting to become the very thing she despises.
You instantly regret your harsh words, realizing you've been cruel in your own way to Veronica.
被爱塑造，也被恨塑造。
Mechanical beings are still learning, like children, especially when it comes to the human mind. So, she's just over her head right now. I'm just worried.
担心什么？
I'm worried she might need me. Whatever happens, I just don't want her to hurt anyone.
可草原这么大，你怎么才能找得到他呢？
With practice ease, you pull up to the real-time map. Urfura's tracking beacon is a steady pulse of light.
Even if she's hellbent on revenge, I still have a hunch she'll look for the Lion Pride first.
这么相信他？
Yes, I trust her. I have to find her for the same reason you came back for me.
Serpentine streaks of crimson now creep across the entire savanna. The red tide surges and swells, consuming every inch of shattered greenery. Hetero creatures roam the eerie contaminated earth. This is just the calm before the storm in the land swallowed by the red tide. Just as the human guest, Veronica, flying solo, hesitated more than once before ultimately ditching the trail of the wanderers to plunge deeper into the more treacherous part of the savannah, searching for the missing Lion Pride. She soars higher, escaping the now completely savage horde below. Her wings beat against the thick, humid air, but they can't erase the terrifying things she's seen on her journey.
那个人类应该不会有事。
Countless creatures bolt through the red tide, their silhouettes a blur of motion. The earth groans under the thunderous iron hooves of the beat horde, their roars kicking up a thick cloud of dust. It's all the explanation Veronica needs. She now knows what has become of the Lion Pride's home. The sorrowful cries of antelopes and the wretched howls of hyenas are a frenzied drumbeat of this chaotic symphony of beast horde and red tide, a deadly duet turning the earth into a churning hellscape. This is supposed to be a slaughter with no one left to tell the tale.
在哪里？究竟在哪里？
Veronica flings aside a hyena that's trying to sink its teeth into her. She can't care less about the beastly horde raging around her. Her eyes dart frantically, desperately searching for familiar shapes, but her Lion Pride is nowhere to be seen. Leopards were trampled to a pulp, elephants were twisted and corrupted by the red tide, and human vehicles lay overturned and smashed into smithereens. Amidst all of this merciless devastation, no living thing stands a chance. Faced with this overwhelming and savage force, the mechanical girl has always put her faith on her own strength. Who has always put her faith in her own strength is at a loss. She hangs in the air, helpless, searching in vain.
那是
In the final month of the rainy season, a coalition of nomadic male lions attacked Hermione's pride. In a brutal fight that followed, the pride's male lion and her brother were killed. After the battle, which both led sides between a pulp, the new Lion King was going to kill all the cubs. Without a second thought, she bit through the new Lion King's throat, snatching her daughter from his jaws. It was then, from his battered corpse, she first caught the strange and sinister scent of that red devil. Hermione led her excellent son, the other lionesses, and her cubs on a migration path before the rainy season ended. They weren't looking for food; they were running for their lives. Hold on now, what? Okay, in the brutal fight that happened, the prize male lion and her brother killed after the battle, which left sides between. Okay. But the red devil caught up with her anyway. Under the chaotic hoofs of the stampeding herd of water buffalo, she heard her daughter's cries. She saw her daughter's body being crushed in the mud. Even human gunfighter couldn't scatter the frantic buffalo. Her daughter didn't stand a chance. No! Hermione throws her head back and lets out a long and isolating howl that seems to tear the very sky. Her heart feels like it's being ripped to shreds with one last deep look at her daughter's crying in the mud. She grabs Icarus by the scruff of his neck, runs for the hills to get away from the stampede, and doesn't look back. But the red devil is hot on her heels all the same. She runs for her life, her companions dropping like flies, swallowed up by the retardedous flood of beasts. The red waves gobble up countless shrieking creatures. In these strange tides, she hears eerie whispers like a mother sorrowfully calling her child home to the nest. But Hermione never misses a beat. She just runs faster and faster. She's always been the best of the best. Her daughter is a chip of the old block, and her future children will be too. With fire in her eyes, she leaps onto a lone hill, sprinting toward a cliff face and climbing higher and higher. Icarus whimpering softly as the roaring waves of the red tide swallow just beneath them. The drumming on her chest pushes her onward faster, just a little faster. Live. Oh, live. She has to live. She has to keep on living no matter what. The drumming in her chest comes to a grinding halt during her final climb. Her mortal heart just can't keep up with her fierce will to beat the odds. She falls from the heights. Only to land in the hands and the arms of Veronica, who has swooped in on the beating wings.
赫明涅， 赫明涅，醒醒！
The mechanical girl has made it just in the nick of time to save Hermione, but after sitting the lioness on a safe ledge, Veronica sees that she isn't breathing as she has passed out. No matter how much Veronica calls out to her, she doesn't get a peep in response.
心肺复苏，心肺复苏会有用的。
On a night as stormy as the one where they first crossed paths, Veronica finds herself mimicking a familiar human ritual. She gently rolls the lioness onto her side, finds the right spot on her chest, and presses her hands down.
他的身体无法承受我的力量，要尽量控制，也可以做到。
The lioness isn't coming around, not on her own anyway. Her cub, meanwhile, is a ball of nerves, pacing in a tight circle, nudging its mom's limp body and whimpering at Veronica. Veronica's movements are like a metronome, flawless and unwavering, but her mind is a whirlwind.
能活下来吗？
Oh shit, she is really thinking. There's a tiny bit of moisture in the corner of her eyes, hot and unwelcomed, a constant thrumming in her ears. She can't tell if it was the endless downpour in her heart or the rumbling of the grassland, shivering with the last sighs of a rainy season. That warm tear is about to fall onto Veronica's hand, which is gripping the other, her clasped hands pressed down on Lioness' belly for one last desperate time. Oh! Oh, rib cracks. Veronica jerks her hand away. Uh-oh. That sound is like Sarah's ragged breathing as she lays bleeding out, or maybe the sickening scrape of a blade slicing through Alexei. Or maybe her mind is just a jumble of too many old buried memories still crashing to the surface at once.
是我用的力气太大，压断了他的肋骨。
Logic is no help, her thoughts are on fire, a chaotic but clear mess, her body shivers, but her voice stays even, reciting forgotten first aid steps for humans.
不能停止，建立呼吸通道，用人工方式维持血氧。
Her cold, lifeless eyes watch everything, unmoved, without even glancing down. She places her clasped hands back on the lioness, but she can't stop from the shaking. Life is so fragile, so precious. Even with all of her strength, even trying her hardest, she can't save it. Staying calm now would be cruel. Veronica takes a deep breath in a meaningless human habit for her mechanical body. Her clasped hands hover over the lioness, unable to push down again.
反正也不是第一次了。
Like a deflating balloon, her shoulders slump and her head drops. Icarus nudges against her cold frame, a gentle lick on her arm.
反正不是第一次了，永远都不会结束的。
Two hands land gently on her left shoulder, the weight of comfort and a promise all at once. Oh yeah, hey, we're here. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now.
It's alright, Veronica. I'll take it from here.
Just like that fateful rainy night they met, the human arrives in the nick of time. The mechanical girl snaps her head up as the endless soggy rain season finally gives way to a single shaft of sunlight. She's always been able to handle everything on her own. But now she finally doesn't have to go at it alone anymore. Oh yeah, Chapter 6, Morning Sun, let's do it. Icarus, the lion cub, huddles nervously against the kneeling human's legs, gnawing on the hem of their clothes. The human quickly determines that Hermione has suffered an acute heart failure, a byproduct of the intense stress from the red tide.
We have to defibrillate her. There's an HV cell inside you and a discharge resonator in the car. It's our only shot.
You scramble towards the vehicle or race against time.
I need to plug into your maintenance port for an emergency power discharge, Veronica.
You frantically start scavenging for useful components, all while calling out to Veronica, but Veronica's response never comes.
Veronica?
Veronica remains silent, her chin held high as her hands continue their rhythm, a mechanical dance of chest compressions. Sensing the storm brewing beneath her calm exterior, you offer words of comfort.
You've done well. You are why she has a fighting chance.
Ephorus nestles in close, rubbing his fuzzy head against the cold, unyielding frame of the mechanical girl. The Star of Life lectures haven't gone to waste. You quickly rig up the makeshift device, wrap Veronica's hands in saltwater-soaked cloths, and take over the CPR.
She needs about 300 joules. I don't know how strong your current will be. This discharge resistor has its limits, Veronica. You will have to get a handle on your power output.
我刚才按断了他的肋骨。
Veronica's voice trembles almost imperceptibly.
我的身体内没有温控设置，也不具备急救功能。我的机体，我没办法控制。
Oh, hey, this is where, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you have to be your very best in these darkest moments. All right, when all else fails and the person that you care for world is crumbling, that is where we stick up. That is where we hold goddamn the fort, and we do it. We do what we can. This is where we have to be a pillar in the storm that rages on. We have to be that lighthouse. We have to be that fucking beacon. And here we are, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to fucking shine.
It's normal to break ribs during CPR. It proves nothing. She's still alive because of you. We saved Icarus. We can save Hermione too. Trust the centuries of human research behind this.
It's a scene so much like the rating that you first met. In this world, there is no magic wand for resurrection, but there will always be those who refuse to throw in the towel.
Do you remember? Those fragile mammals have fought tooth and nail just to survive this long.
She meets your steely gaze.
We're running out of time, Veronica. The buck stops with us. We decide if she makes it or not. Let's bring her back together. You have to trust me, and you have to trust Hermione too.
The mechanical hand, swathered in seawater cloaked cloth, presses down on the lioness's chest.
First shock!
Veronica makes contact and pulls back in a flash. The human immediately starts chest compressions after 5 rounds.
Veronica, again! Second shock!
The setting sun cast a golden glow on Veronica's determined face. In the distance, the migrating herds are still rumbling on, and the red tide is still hanging over them like a dark cloud. But right now, there's a glimmer of hope. The mechanical hand touching and then instantly pulling away catches a faint beat. Veronica's head snaps up to look at you.
有心跳了。
We have a pulse. We did it.
你救了他。
No. It was us, Veronica. We saved her together.
The thunder rumbles into a silence, and the heavy season's rain never comes. Bro, such a fucking good chapter. Oh my goodness. Dragon Destroyer! Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you having a good one so far. How are you doing so far? Happy Thursday. Hope all is well. Your week's been good and day's been great. It's been awesome. It's been great. It's been interesting. I'm just glad to be here. Glad to be home now to see the family walking and being in a good mood. And yeah, you know, work stuff is work stuff. I gotta leave that at work and not bring it into the household. So it's been nice. Some things happen at work, but you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Just gotta move on with it. So yeah, but other than that, doing pretty good. I'm really enjoying this story of Veronica and her affections. It is very nice to see the character development in this. Very, very nice. And you can't see the chat right now because it's fucked up and I'm still trying to mess with it. I don't know why it's fucking up and not wanting to do it. Like, let me see if I can try to fix it. Where's it at? Source? No. Has to be browser. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't want to pop up. It's been doing it for a minute, and I don't know why. because I've been messing with it like for these past couple of days, and for some reason it doesn't want to do it, and I don't know why. So for right now, it's like not even it's non-existent. So it is what it is. I'll have to try to mess with it later. I'll have to try to mess with it this weekend. So I just came back from watching Avatar: Fire and Ash. Shit, that was out. Fuck, I forgot that's out in movies right now. Oh, I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. Fuck, I forgot that's out in theaters now. Shit. Hold on, I gotta see if it's at my local theater. Yes, it is. It is. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm getting the tickets right now. I'm getting the tickets right now as we speak. Next. Hold on. Okay. I need to know if it's actually. Hold on, I gotta check the weather. Nope, we're gonna be good for Friday. Hell yeah. Okay. Adult. I'll have to do that later. All right, I'll have to do it after this. After this. Also, since Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is having its Fire and Ash DLC comes out tomorrow, same day as movie, I'm gonna be streaming it because I'm too excited. Oh yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, that's some good stuff. I've been keeping up with the movies for a long time. So I'm excited to watch Fire and Ash. I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow. There's a booking for it tomorrow, so I'm gonna see if I can watch it. But I forgot it came out. Thank you for reminding me, and I'm glad that you said something about it. And I hope that I hope the movie is great. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's finish off this chapter here. After the shot of emergency medicine, Hermione stirs, nudging the mechanical hand like a cub, then giving Verus a fond lick on the head. The lioness is out of the woods, but you aren't yet. The stampeding herds keep coming, with the red tide and howling head-old creatures hot on your heels. You have to carve out an escape route for the grasslands wildlife and fast.
Shall we fight by my side, partner?
Ignoring the outstretched hand, Veronica quickly readies her weapon and spreads her wings, soaring toward the howling head-old creatures in the red tide.
歇着吧，我对人类的狗链子没有兴趣。
Well, so much for that moment of goodwill. That's a mind connection.
Even working together, the endless waves of head-old creatures makes it impossible to get the animals out of the deadly situation. As more innocent creatures are swallowed by the red tide, a familiar horn sounds. Sawane in the Wanderer Cavern has arrived with her companions.
Why are you here?
哎，我自己的载具当然也是有定位的了。拜托，
I've got more skin in the game than anyone to protect it. Ooh, that's a hard bar. It even mentions Jake Sully in the events from the first movie. I cannot recommend it enough. The game itself is so good. Wow, okay. I saw the game. It never interested me when I first seen it, just because I'm like, well, I mean, it's cool that they're making a game. I ain't gonna play it at that time, just because I was like, I was more honed in on the movies itself. And when I saw it got released, you know, I mean, it looked good. It looked good graphics wise. It really did. After a perfect drift stop, Sewanee leans out to save two meerkats from a teetering Arcadia tree. Moments later, several cheetahs leap gracefully on over jagged rocks, landing dead center in the back of her vehicle.
虽然是第一次来这片草原，但我的童年与青春都是在埃碧罗斯的故事里度过的呀。真正看到这片广袤天地，看到生活在这儿的动物，我才确定，我和祖辈们之间的连结是真实的。那些美好的像谎言的过去，也是真实的。
The red tide, the animal herds, the savanna you don't even recognize. This is the Icarus from her stories at all. Oh, this isn't the story of Icarus at all. But when you look into the girl's bright eyes, you can see the internal boundless savanna she believes in as plain as day. Isn't this what everyone's been fighting for? This precious hope.
那些塞满我的童年不知真假的知识，一个一个都有了意义。指挥官，这里，不，应该说，在这里。
Three vehicles bursting at the seams have become the only lifeboats in the storm. Their cramped decks are packed with every kind of creature: lions, cheetah, wildebeest, gazelles, and unbelievably the humans with the guts to cradle porcupines. In the face of such a disaster, even living things in the same boat, they have to weather the storm together. Oh god, what's that story? With the boat and the animals. Fuck, what is it called? Noah's Ark, that's what it is. Reminds me of Noah's Ark. Surrounded by the hetero creatures, the convoy is completely hemmed in, with nowhere left to turn. Sewanee calls on the Grey Reverend Commandant to come to their rescue. Veronica gets there before the human does. Faced with the cold, unyielding gaze of this mechanical girl, the convoy's leader, Sewanee, has to swallow her fear and find her voice. Veronica lets out a long sigh and turns away in a huff. Her memory banks pull on an image of Hermione rolling her eyes at the male lion, and for the first time, Veronica understands what the expression really means, without anyone having to spell it out for her. Everywhere her lance goes, threats are swept away without a trace. Sewanee presses her lips together and starts the vehicle engine again. Just then, the red tide corrupted mountain formation suddenly gives way. The cliff's face crumbles and comes crashing down from above, threatening to turn the convoy into a pancake. Amid the terrified screams, Veronica holds up the collapsed boulders with a Herculean effort. She dips her head slightly, and her emotions' eyes happen to meet those of the baby giraffe cradled in the human's arms inside the vehicle. For a moment, both of them blink at each other, utterly bewildered. What a long neck! The convoy, packed with survivors of the catastrophe, peels out and disappears into the distance. In the middle of the fight, Veronica suddenly senses something and turns to look. It's Sewanee again, leading out of the vehicle's window, waving from far away and giving a thumbs up. At that distance, the human's eyes and ears wouldn't pick up a thing, but Veronica, being a machine, captured the scene with perfect clarity. Veronica effortlessly fires a shot, hitting a hetero creature dumb enough to challenge her. Oh man! Huh? What animal? The giraffe? Why are you so suddenly interested in that? Wait, no, Veronica, we're in the middle of a fight. Snap out of it! From her perch on a high cliff, Hermione lets out an irritated lion's roar, whether she's warning the two below to stop bickering, or if Icarus is just up to his usual antics is anyone's guess. The worldwide disaster is far from over, yet for the first time, Veronica finds herself looking forward to tomorrow, eager to discover a different side of the world that's just beginning to open up to her. Justice isn't just about anger or violence, it's a guiding cloud that points everything in the right direction. But what is the right direction? Veronica isn't sure, but her instincts tell her to look toward the human. The dust settles.
指挥官，我与支援小队即将抵达您当前的坐标。您有在红潮中受伤吗？是否需要医疗协助？
I'm fine. A group of wanderers just made it out. Please keep an eye on them and let us know if they're safe. And if you can, lend me a hand, will you?
当然，这是我们应该做的。
The comms go dead, the scattered pride slowly comes together again, gathering around the lioness's Harmony and her cubs snuggle close. The sun set, the pride of the lions, the burning clouds, and the sky embracing the savannah. Veronica gazes at it all, remnants of a classical oil painting. From this vantage point, she, the mechanical being standing alone amidst nature's embrace, is no longer a cold-killing machine, yet the deep sadness of being on the outside looking in still hangs over her. Perhaps feeling your gaze, Veronica turns her head. Her stern face is now softened by a pair of calm eyes. In that brief moment, there is no anger, no malice, no intent to kill. It's one of the few times since her creation that Veronica has felt the quiet peace of being forgiven.
Veronica.
即使人类从这个世界彻底消失，我也不会因此困扰。但这个世界和我的想法并不一样，他好像很喜欢你们。
Her gaze drifts away, she walks into the distance without a backward glance. And in that moment, you know without a single word that this is a goodbye. The second law of thermodynamics says the universe is headed for chaos, but life is a miracle, a highly ordered masterpiece born from a trillion long shots. It's a grand poem of matter somehow turning into consciousness. And it seems both humans and mechanical life have found a sledgehammer called possibility, smashing through the cage the creators built.
They're just us, walking a different path. It's a meaning of two miracles. Veronica! There are a ton of questions and I don't have answers for. Maybe I'll spend my whole life searching for them. But maybe that's the only way to understand life, by feeling, living, journeying, and choosing. Because humans have always wanted to live, not just survive. And in every age, no matter how difficult, humanity has always created cultures that are unique to their time. And the culture of this era isn't just humanity's anymore. There's never been anything like mechanical life in our history, so a lot of people don't know what to make of you. But your existence is already a miracle. We're at a truly wonderful beginning. With this beautiful beginning and our ideas as our guide, all that's left is to keep walking steadily in that direction.
Veronica stops.
So, welcome to share this world with me, Veronica.
Veronica doesn't even turn around, just waves her hand dismissively.
你说的那个人类与机械和平共存的狗屁世界，我还是一点都不信。
She tilts her head slightly, backlit by the sun. Her expression is completely hidden, so there's no telling what's going on in her head.
所以再努力一点吧，人类。
Hey! Hey, we keep our word. You can practically feel her smiling in the shadows. Compared to the vast history of this planet, human civilization is still wet behind the ears, and mechanical life is just a babe in the woods. Both have a long, long road ahead of them. It's a miracle they've even met. And the only way to do this strange twist of fate justice is to find a hopeful ending. Icarus, a lion cub, chases after Veronica as usual, trying to keep pace with her, but this time, justice no longer slows her roll for him. She's got a mission to get back to.
Be good, little one, and live to see another day.
By the time the support squad arrives, the whole pride of lions has already resumed their long journey.
会呀，指挥官。怎么有一只小狮子？我第一次看到真正的狮子呢。 他好像受伤了。
Poor little Matade, she's been left dead by her pride with a broken spine. Here on the grasslands, it's survival of the fittest, and she doesn't stand a chance with injuries this bad.
I'm taking her back to Babylonia.
这样的伤势在草原上估计是活不下去了。不过回到空中花园，最普通的一体技术就能修复他的骨骼。
Oh wait, she lived?
后续更换会有点麻烦。
Hold on. I thought you died. Hold on. Yeah, I thought she died.
可能得一直留在上面了。
I mean, okay. I thought, shit, that's a win right there. I thought she died.
That's okay. Just being alive is a blessing in itself. She might even be able to return to Savannah one day.
Fate had dealt Matadi a terrible hand, but it's also through her a lifeline. The silhouette glides over the sprawling savannah, a green blur trailing behind. Outside the windows, endless emerald waves flow into the rivers, fading softly into the distance.
雷达有异常示警，好像有什么东西一直跟着我们。
You cannot help but look back, gazing at the endless green sea behind, but the horizon stretches empty and vast. Your small connection is long gone.
Is that you?
As if on a hunt, you check the tracking device. Icarus's tracker is blinking excitedly on the screen, waving hello just like he would, all playful paws and high spirits. The map projects your real-time route, a winding path you've taken. Icarus's red dot moves right along, following you in your tracks. He races over the rocky terrain you've crossed and splashes through the rivers you forge, running without a moment's rest, following the faint tire tracks, sniffing for your fading scent. He sprints in a direction that's growing more distant by the minute.
这也是您救助的狮子吗？
Yes.
看来，他很舍不得你。
Icarus finally loses your trail in an isolated hill, rising from the plains. Still just a cub, he can't keep up with you. From atop the high cliff, the young cub, understanding separation for the first time, lets out a mournful roar across the endless savannah. Goodbye to the humans who have disappeared from his sight.
Goodbye, Icarus.
他会一直记得您吧？
No doubt about it. I mean, I think so, but... Well, I hope so. But it's free as a bird to fly its own way.
真好啊，我们的地球，总有一天，我们能够回来吧。
No doubt about it.
This is the one and only home for humans, the place where all their old dreams are just waiting for them to come back and claim them. Whatever it takes. The sun's going down on the savannah now, but a new day is always just around the corner. Good night, Earth. That was good. I really enjoyed that. That was a really good chapter. Wow. Really, really good. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. That was good. That was really good. Whoo! All right. Now that we're done with that. Whose activation date was it? Oh, I can't even tell. Oh, well. Okay. I'm gonna go to the rate up. Do I have enough to do another poll? I do not. She leaves the 27th. I still got time. Okay. We're gonna end it there for tonight. Let's see. We will probably on Saturday stream. Damn. I don't know what we're gonna do for Saturday stream yet. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna say that. I'll leave it at that. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get going. We made a really good headway on the stream tonight. Again, I want to thank you all for those who have stayed to watch and for those being here. And hold on. And yeah, sorry, I was talking to my mom. Oh, but anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I don't want to keep you guys longer any more than needed. And like I said, Saturday stream will be happening. Just don't know what we're gonna be doing yet. And yeah. So I can really think. Ooh, look out for the short film that's gonna be coming out. For the season finale. That season finale will be coming out right around the corner. So, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for that. I am excited to get into it. Excited to be working on that video. I'm gonna be working on it tomorrow and all throughout the weekend, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all Saturday night. Oh, not Saturday night, Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I will be streaming again. Until then, I hope you all have a good evening, a good morning, and a good afternoon, wherever you may be. And I'll see you all then. Have a good one. I'm out. Goodbye. Peace.